house. Oh! Definitely not a blue filter put over the daytime. It's me with my DoorDash driver. We shot this at night, trust us. You know, your mom's always like, go to bed, sweetheart, it's almost blue out.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
Whoa. He doesn't know anything.
Seen this before? Don't think so.
Recognize this at all?
Yeah, he fixed my laptop.
Does he live locally?
I think so.
Oh, but his eyes. You think James stole the laptop? I don't know, you might be
that's
right.
it for the time being, thank you.
Dude, the door is so blue. It's like so dark out, it's hurting my eyes. Where's James on the power rankings? I don't know, I gotta figure out what crimes he is or is not guilty of. Just checking. Okay. What a tiny stove. And yet, your meals are so large. Yo, Chad, I'm sorry to tell you, okay? That's a tiny stove.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Yes, it is. You come over here, you see our stoves. You'll be like, wow, that's a stove.
Know anything about this?
No, I don't. I'm sorry. We have our own IT chap. Lovely chap, in fact. Fat and sweaty, though.
Yeah, well,
it's like a double act, doesn't it?
Are you the IT guy?
Have you seen this before?
No, sorry.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
I agree. It's time to speak with Emma. If this man is fat, why is his stove so small?
If you don't mind.
Alright, Emma's gonna sing like a freaking canary. Guaranteed.
Did you know about Ryan Round's arthritis?
Arthritis? I didn't think Ryan had arthritis.
Have you seen this before?
Nope. Sorry, never heard of him.
Oh, I don't know. She made too much eye contact. That's like a suspicious amount of eye contact maintenance.
What do you know about this?
This is Simon's. I bought this for him when we were on holiday. Has he lost it?
Nah, he just gave it to
He
me.
can't keep anything.
Well, you can have it back now.
Did you know about Simon's laptop being stolen?
Yeah, because it had all my college work on it, which I hadn't backed up or saved.
Well, that sounds like your fault.
Not that it mattered much, but I did buy a new one.
Well,
And Simon uses it now. When I let him.
then why did he use the insurance payout for a car? Laptop got stolen. You get the insurance payout, you buy another laptop and a car. Something doesn't add up here.
Do you know about the mirror room at Atlas?
Mirror room. No, I heard about it, but I think it was only for the students later on in the course. Something like that.
He's a genius. He offset the cost onto her. Atlas works, dude. He already
that's
saved
all
like
for the moment. Thank
$1,500. It's a tough one. I do think... So something... It has to be related to the IT guy here.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
I think first step... Oh, the Chief's definitely asleep here. We're just going to take a walk for a little bit. Let's start down here. Oh, maybe Lisa's back. That's what we didn't even investigate. Nope, apparently not. Nobody. Hello? How's it hanging? Town hall still closed. No, it's see, I don't want to. That's fine. So we're gonna go left along Woods Lane. Here we are. Woohoo! All right, now to investigate the woods. Don't see anything here. That's go back into the woods. Okay. Go along the. Go back to the junction. See, we're gonna go ahead into the woods. There we go. No cutscene. Go to the jetty. Eat some spaghetti. Go right, deeper into the woods. Go right into the clearing. Oh, I knew it.
Just keep pushing.
They giving birth out here?
Just keep pushing. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. You can push it all the way in, Tom, if you want to. Excellent, Tom.
Excuse me. Would someone care to tell me exactly what's going on here?
Don't come any closer.
That man needs a doctor.
He doesn't.
I don't need a doctor. I'm fine. Go away.
Mom!
What is this?
It's a raid. I can't pause the game.
What?
What does it look like? It's a threshold test. A pain threshold test. I thought, you were supposed to be good at working things out. Inspector Jenks.
And so this would be for Atlas, would it? Kyle?
You disappear now.
It's not a good idea to talk to a police inspector like that.
Do you want me to make you?
It's okay, Tom. Mr. Jenks won't be bothering us anymore.
Don't make any rash commitments.
You know how Jesse Plemons is like Meth Damon? This guy is like Methy Plemons. It's the third order Meth Damon.
Well, well. You really should take more care of your things, Ryan.
You're telling me, buddy.
Is your keys, Kyle?
No.
So that's threshold testing, is it? Sticking a skewer through your hand? I could just ask Ryan or Paul directly about this, but I think I'll bide my time. See what I can do with this key fob first.
Okay, a car key fob. Where? The car was in the garage behind Ryan and Paul's house. Yeah, steal the TT. Absolutely true. Bleep, bleep. That's the lock button, you madman. This has got to be illegal now. Don't really pride themselves in their legroom, do they?
Bingo. Well, Ryan, what have you been up to? Be very interesting to see how he explains this one.
$500 check. See, that's a or £500 check, I guess. I gotta say, that's probably like a little bit more realistic for the cost of that window. Why did he close the door like that? Extremely fair. It was a very strange way to close a car door. Have you never written a check chat? You always write only on them? I write checks pretty frequently because I'm 500 years old and also a very important businessman. I've never written only on a check. I do write even on checks sometimes. You know, you get $125 even. But I guess it depends on the format of the check. Yeah, you can write 00 over 100 as well. You write only so that nobody can add anything after that. See, I never considered that. Maybe it's time to move away from a piece of paper as being a promissory note. In the era of counterfeit devices such as pens and pencils.
Would you like to explain what this is, please, Ryan? £500 intended for Kate. It fell out of your car. At least I assume that's your car on the driveway at Brandon House.
I suppose so.
So why were you going to give Kate £500, Ryan?
It was just a little incentive, that's all.
But you never bribe
Just a little
students!
incentive.
Not very little, Ryan. £500.
She was a very good student. We heard that she was leaving. We wanted to give her something.
But you didn't.
Well, obviously not.
Are you sure there wasn't any other reason you might want to give her this? Personal reason?
No!
Well, I'd like to keep hold of this for a little while, if you don't mind.
Well, don't consider it a bribe, will you, Inspector?
Well, my name's not Kate Vine, so it's not like I could cash it anyway. So you never, I don't know where this is, but you said you never bribe students. Maybe that was Paul that said it. Oh my word. It was an aptitude test? No. Hold on. There's a lot of things to click through. It's in Screwdriver. Don't make me laugh. It might be Paul. Oh, there you no, you're right. Students are coerced or bribed in any way. It's an auto-hypnosis.
Aha. So, students aren't coerced or bribed in any way, except Kate.
I'm not sure what you mean.
You said you
He's
were going
crumbling
to give
like a
Kate
good
the
chèvre.
£500 as an incentive. That's coercion, isn't it?
I really don't think you could call it coercion, Inspector. It was an incentive, that's all, a little encouragement.
So, how often do you use incentives?
Okay, incentive is probably the wrong word. The money was just to see how Kate would respond. It was part of her assessment.
Assessment?
We have to assess students as they progress. We don't use conventional methods like sitting an exam or anything like that. People pay for this course per session. We have to know if they're committed or not.
So you're assessing their progress and testing their commitment?
Yes, we are. We have to. This is a business, not a charity.
So Ryan's claiming the money was part of Kate's assessment. And did this assessment also involve threshold testing, I wonder? Or was the money for something else?
It's a business, not a charity. Which is why we gave one of our customers £500 to incentivize them sticking around. I'm starting to realize the brains of this family might be located at Brandon
Okay,
Manor.
that's it for now. Thank you.
She didn't cash the check though, so no money lost. It's just that simple.
Now, why do you think Ryan might want to give Kate a cheque for £500?
I've really no idea. Where did you find it?
Just outside.
You better ask him.
You think Ryan was interested romantically in Kate?
I know he has a weakness for blondes, but I didn't think it had gone so far as his offering them cash.
Well, it's a check, actually. She's not blonde as well? She's quite clearly a brunette. I don't know how you would... Is he colorblind?
Thank you.
It's
Probably
just
be
dark
later.
blonde. Alright, well, let's go speak to James. Wait, this is not James, this is Lisa, but she's not home. His wife is also not blonde. You're not wrong.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
Oh, he definitely wouldn't know. Why even
Thank
bother
you.
asking?
Probably be back later.
Yeah, I think you're right. Go investigate the farm a little bit because he just received a package. Maybe he's growing morphine. Greenhouse number 1. Simon is blonde. You know what? Fair enough. Do you think? Go into the larger greenhouse. Ah, that door looks secure. Clanks!
So James is interested in poppy pods, is he? I think he's got some explaining to do.
It's Clark's. I'm sorry to tell you, it's Clanks. My dude's growing morphine here. Just a small-scale opium den. Ring-a-ding-ding.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind.
You got a permit for those poppies?
What can you tell me about several boxes of dried poppy pods in the greenhouse back there?
Feel free to take some if you want.
What are they for, James?
Decoration? Why?
Decoration.
There's a big market for them among the over 70s.
So what are you doing with them?
Selling them to grannies.
But
Okay,
he doesn't
James,
care
let's
about
just cut to
profit.
the chase. Are you extracting opium from them?
Me? I can honestly say I've never done anything like that, Inspector.
Sure about that.
Scout's honour.
And who was the guy delivering them?
A friend. Someone gave them to him. He asked me if I wanted them. I said I'd have a look and see if I liked them.
You just thought you'd have a look. No particular reason?
I'm a plant scientist, that's what I do.
Have you ever sold them to anyone else?
I only got them a few minutes ago.
In the past. You know Kate's body had opium in the blood when it was found?
No, I didn't. Hey, that's nothing to do with me.
Let's hope not.
He's selling them. Excuse me. I soft locked it somehow. He's...
That's all for the moment.
Okay,
Thank
the
you.
thing is, just let me... I want to go back in, please. Let him think he's gotten away with it. Then we go ring-a-ding-ding.
Ask about a few more things, please.
Box of poppy pods. You're selling them to pensioners. But when it comes to the scrying mirror, you don't sell them for profit. It appears you have problems with capitalism, and yet you're engaged in the systems of commerce that prop it up. Curious, isn't it?
Be back later on, if that's okay.
An observation is not a contradiction, and yet sometimes it is. I just want to peep this real quick. I doubt there's anything in here, but... Okay, fair enough.
Couple more questions, if that's okay.
What about this box of poppy pods?
Know anything about poppy
Oh, it's
pods?
been very
Was
echoey
anyone
tonight.
selling them or anything?
Poppy pods. Well, don't tell anyone, Inspector, but I hear that you can make opium out of those. Why do you ask?
Doesn't matter.
Roka. He knows opium can be extracted from poppy pods. Of course. Who doesn't? But he has no interest in drugs. How does he know that? Okay, that's just common knowledge. Doesn't know anything about plants, but he knows opium can be extracted from poppy pods. Seems a little flimsy, I'll admit.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Maybe it has something to do with Simon's homebrew. Yo, Kate, thank you for the resubscription.
A few more questions, please.
Ruka. Hello, my son, Ruka.
Odd question, but have you ever seen anyone handling dried poppy pods?
Poppy pods? As in, for opium? No. Though James did have opium tea once, I think.
Where did he get it from?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't ask. James does his own thing.
What does opium tea taste like?
I don't know. I didn't try it.
Really?
I didn't want to risk it, did I? But I went to hospital once. I had codeine and I went into anaphylactic shock. The doctor said it was an opium derivative, apparently, so...
Hey, my dude. You took morphine, you madman. Are you insane?
Aha.
You and Kate took morphine in the mirror room. That's what you said, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you're allergic to opiates, Simon. Opium. You didn't take the morphine at all, did you?
Well, no, I didn't. Kate did, though.
I thought you were trying to outdo each other.
Love to lie
That's the
about
point,
doing
wasn't it?
crimes.
We weren't trying to outdo each other as such.
Go on.
Ryan wanted me to test Kate. To see how far she would go to be prime candidate.
What candidate?
Prime candidate. It means
Twitch
the
prime
best
candidate?
person in the group, basically.
What do you mean test her?
But you do it in pairs. One person's the tester, it's me. And the other person's the...
Victim?
Well, it's not like that. It's completely consensual. It's just boundary testing. Ryan wanted me to test Kate.
Because they thought she was the best student.
Well, maybe. I don't know. I just did what I was told, okay?
Except you decided to give her morphine. To break the law.
Well,
Yeah.
I can't change that now, can I? She didn't die of a morphine overdose, did she?
She died because she drowned. But she drowned for reasons that aren't clear.
Atlas seemed to have this all neatly worked out. If Simon's telling the truth, Atlas are lighting the fuse and then retiring to a safe distance, letting students test themselves and push themselves to their limits while avoiding all comeback. Is this what happened to Kate?
But why? It's a little bit of a complicated plan.
Do you know what a prime candidate is at Atlas?
Yes, it's what every student wants to be. It's the best student. Apparently you get a great high-paid job afterwards. I don't think that really happens, though.
Did you
Yo,
know
was
anyone
Liam
in
also a
the
prime
running to
candidate?
be prime candidate?
What, like Simon? I don't think they picked Simon, to be honest.
He is pretty dumb.
Well, he's got too many morals, and you can't have both at Atlas.
Strange question. Have you ever known of anyone selling dried poppy pods?
Poppy pods? Don't think so. Isn't that opium?
Kind of. It's okay.
I mean, they all drank the herbal tea. I'm just throwing that out there. Jenks is like, hey, it's cool, man. He's like, yeah, I'm not a cop. I'm an investigator. It's two different things. These morals are incompatible with Atlas. I don't think there's anything... that we can touch on here. Yeah, I think we'll just keep investigating.
Thank you.
The check? No, I wasn't allowed to ask about the check. Has the screwdriver been put into play? That's the end game. Guaranteed. She was trying to unscrew the back of her VCR remote and she slipped into the water and drowned because she was high on opium.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
Now, tell me what a prime candidate is.
You're learning a lot, aren't you, Inspector?
Do we have to do this
Prime
every time?
candidates are simply the best students. The ones with the most potential.
And what benefits do they get from that?
Well, they get the top job.
Which is?
Well, we have a deal with various multinationals. We train students to be exceptional, truly exceptional. And they get a wonderful top job. It seems very simple deal.
So simple.
And how do you decide who the prime
Top of the
candidate
class,
is?
you get a
Do
top
test
job.
Students?
No.
Did you ever, say, ask Simon to test Kate, for instance?
Oh, you've actually been speaking to Simon, haven't you? I really wouldn't trust anything that Simon Thompson says. You know, he spent the best part of 2 months trying to undermine Kate. No. Now, Simon Thompson, it really isn't my place to speculate, but if you're looking for motives, Inspector, he certainly had a few motives. More than I.
A motive to kill her, do you mean?
Now, that's very interesting, Inspector. Well, that's up to you to decide.
Guilty conscience? Students aren't tested. Simon had been trying to undermine Cade. Prime candidates get a very good job. That's just a doubted by itself. But I do feel like, wasn't there like Kate was not a very good student? She was drunk at the meeting. How could she be a prime candidate if she's drunk all the time? Well, wrong click. I don't think it's gonna work either way. But Cat, relax. Okay. Students aren't tested, but there's an aptitude test? Ooh. That's a very valid point, except I cannot click on it whatsoever. His arthritis? Yeah, his arthritis. It's not a problem. Threshold test. Where's the threshold test, though? We were never given an option for a threshold test, were we? My cat, please stop licking and biting my hand. The CD on the mirror room mentioned a threshold test. Yeah. But we don't have that option in the menu, is what I'm saying.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
I'm gonna check the mirror room upstairs. And then I will leave the mirror room immediately. Why does it say check? It just says check. You're saying check over and over. The check was a test to see how she would react. Yeah, but it told her at the menu option, you son of a gun.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Little incentive versus students aren't tested. Okay. No ulterior reason. Students aren't tested. Heard she wanted to leave, but students aren't tested. No, just check it. See, people keep saying check, C-H-E-C-K, and then check, CHECK, to refer to the financial document, but also the verb to inspect something. It makes it very confusing. Gave Kate the money to test. There you go. Students aren't tested. We got it.
Well, which one is it, Ryan? Do you test students or not?
Well, some of them, yes.
Including Kate?
Yes.
Why was she being tested?
She was being tested because we wanted to see if she was good enough to become prime candidate, okay?
So Kate
Oh,
was
wow.
in the running to be prime candidate.
Yes!
And did you ask Simon to test her?
Yes, I did. But I didn't ask him to do anything stupid. He knew it was against course rules.
How far did you ask him to push her?
I didn't ask him to push her. I asked him to test her. There's a huge difference!
He is pissed, man.
If Simon decided to give her too much caffeine or morphine or whatever, that's his responsibility. So if he did anything wrong, it was his own responsibility. He did it with his own mind and his own hand. We had nothing to do with it.
Can we get a new sound guy?
Midnight, and still no suspect, unless you count everyone I've interviewed. It's no surprise that Ryan wants to avoid any suggestion of being responsible for Kate's death, but I wonder if the man protests just a little too much.